This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. Walking into a Rolex boutique in 2025 feels less like entering a store and more like stepping into a carefully staged theater of luxury, where every spotlight, velvet display, and quiet gesture from the staff reinforces the idea that you are about to make a timeless choice. However, in 2025, this experience can come with an unexpected financial trap, one that can cost thousands of dollars before even leaving the store. Beneath the refined atmosphere and dazzling displays, certain models that appear desirable at first glance are, in reality, some of the least financially sound purchases available. In this video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will reveal 5 Rolex timepieces that could become your biggest buying mistake. These timepieces may be draped in gold, displayed prominently in boutique windows, and promoted as remarkable works of horology. Yet their market realities tell a different story. They carry inflated retail prices, have limited resale appeal, and, in some cases, suffer from steep depreciation the moment they leave the store. Make sure to subscribe to Luxury World for exclusive access to upcoming insights, curated content, and expert guidance to help elevate every step of your watch investment journey. While Rolex remains a powerhouse in brand recognition, resale strength, and collector loyalty, not every reference holds its value equally. Some of the most visually striking models can become financial burdens, particularly for those who prioritize long-term value retention. This comprehensive analysis will explore 5 Rolex models in 2025 that represent some of the most financially precarious retail purchases, detailing the reasons behind their underperformance, the gap between retail and secondary market pricing, and the broader lessons buyers can take from these examples. The Rolex Explorer 36 in two-tone Rolex occupies a unique but problematic space. The Explorer has long been celebrated for its pure, functional design, created for mountaineers and adventurers. Its stainless steel version embodies ruggedness and understatement. The two-tone model, however, adds gold to a watch historically linked with exploration and practicality, creating a visual identity that feels conflicted. Adventure-focused buyers prefer steel for durability and authenticity, while those seeking elegance often turn to models like the Datejust or Day-Date. In 2025, the retail price for the two-tone Explorer 36 is around $13,500, yet it trades below retail on the secondary market. It attracts little attention in collector circles and has minimal demand from everyday buyers. In many respects, it exists as a catalog offering with little real-world tractional ghost in the resale market. The discontinued Rolex Cellini Moonphase is a rare example of a modern Rolex complication. Crafted in Emerald gold with a refined leather strap, it was the only Rolex to feature a Moonphase complication in its contemporary lineup. Upon release, its retail price was around $26,000, yet after discontinuation, values on the secondary market fell sharply to between $15,000 and $17,000, sometimes even lower. This trajectory is the opposite of what typically happens when Rolex retires a model. Most discontinued references appreciated due to scarcity and increased collector interest. The Cellini Moonphase's problem was not its beauty. Many agree it is an elegant timepiece, but rather an audience mismatch. Rolex's core buyers primarily seek steel sports models, while the clientele for complicated dress watches often looks to brands like Patek Philippe or Vacheron Constantin, which are historically rooted in classical complications. This mismatch leaves the Cellini Moonphase with limited liquidity. Many dealers hesitate to buy it, aware that resale will be slow, and private sellers often face significantly reduced offers. The Rolex GMT-Master II Pepsi in white gold highlights another market challenge: the price gap between gold and steel versions. The Pepsi is one of the most iconic watches in horological history, beloved for its red and blue bezel and storied heritage. The stainless steel version commands strong demand and maintains solid resale values. The white gold version, however, tells a different story. Retailing for approximately $42,000, it looks almost identical to the $15,000 stainless steel variant from a distance. Both share the same bezel colors, case proportions, and bracelet design. The average observer, and even many enthusiasts, cannot immediately distinguish between the two. This similarity undermines the white gold model's value proposition. Collectors who appreciate precious metals often gravitate toward yellow or rose gold, where the difference from steel is obvious. Meanwhile, buyers who want the Pepsi bezel for its history and visual appeal overwhelmingly choose the steel version for its relative affordability. Consequently, the white gold Pepsi often sells below retail on the gray market, caught between luxury gold buyers and practical steel buyers without fully satisfying either. The Rolex Sky Dweller in yellow gold on Oysterflex is another example where luxury meets compromised resale. The Sky Dweller is one of the most mechanically complex watches in the brand's lineup, boasting dual time zones and an annual calendar. In its yellow gold variant mounted on an Oysterflex rubber strap, it presents a blend of opulence and sportiness. Retail pricing comes nearly $50,000, with secondary market values around $45,000. The Oysterflex strap is technically impressive, featuring a metal blade core for durability and flexibility. However, this combination of a full gold case and rubber strap is a stylistic hybrid that divides opinion. Traditionalists seeking a gold Sky Dweller often prefer the matching gold bracelet, which visually communicates its full precious metal status. Conversely, buyers looking for a sportier aesthetic usually avoid gold entirely, favoring stainless steel or lesser variants. This places the yellow gold Oysterflex Sky Dweller in a similar predicament to the white gold Pepsi. It appeals to a narrow audience. Its depreciation is less severe than some other models on this list, but it still represents a risk for those seeking strong resale value. The Rolex GMT-Master II GRNR in full yellow gold was introduced with great fanfare in 2023 and envisioned as a statement piece. Featuring a rich gray and black cerachrum bezel, a commanding dial design, and the unmistakable wrist presence of solid gold, it was marketed as a pinnacle of luxury travel timekeeping. Its retail price in 2025 hovers around $48,000, while the gray market values it at approximately $45,000. On paper, this difference does not seem alarming. However, the challenge lies not in the numerical spread but in the highly specific buyer demographic it targets. A full yellow gold GMT is not a subtle choice. It is a loud, attention-drawing display of wealth, an aesthetic that appeals to a small fraction of the market. Most casual Rolex buyers gravitate towards stainless steel models due to their versatility and lower entry cost. Those who want precious metal often choose classic yellow gold day-dates or sportier rose Daytonas. The GMT GRNR sits in an unusual space, too bold for traditionalists yet not aligned with the flashier designs that dominate status-driven circles. As a result, it has become one of the easier precious metal models to obtain at authorized dealers, a rarity in the Rolex world. This accessibility, however, is not due to a generous supply, but rather restrained demand. Discontinuation alone is no guarantee of appreciation. A watch's demand profile before retirement heavily influences its performance afterward. Finally, resale liquidity matters just as much as price stability. A watch that theoretically holds its value means little if it cannot be sold quickly without deep discounts. The transparency of market pricing through online resources has made buyers far more discerning. In this environment, watches with weaker demand are quickly exposed, and the price gap between retail and secondary market values becomes an important signal for depreciation risk. In the luxury watch world, knowledge remains the most valuable currency, and in today's market, it may be the difference between wearing a timepiece with pride and holding one that quickly becomes a costly regret. What are your thoughts on the Rolex watches we shared in this video? We would love to hear your perspective. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments and give the video a thumbs up if you found it insightful. Do not forget to follow Luxury World for more curated content on fine timepieces and market insights. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to welcoming you again in our next video.